Okay, so as promised, let's look into doing a pickup system. So, once we cross our falling bridge, we are going to get here and we're going to get a pickup. So, let's do... enemies, hazards, player... Oh, we still have to do enemies, don't we? That's something I forgot in my roadmap. Righto. Okay, so we are going to right-click. We are then going to do a new folder, and we are going to do here pickups. I guess pickups could sit under with everything else, but you know, hazards kind of have their own thing, so. Where did I put our falling platform? Moving platforms. Switched hazard. Trap falls. Okay. Oh no, that's something different. Where did I put our falling units? Falling platform. Oh, falling platform right there. Okay, so let's go to pickups, and we are going to add a new blueprint of class actor, and we are going to call this gear, because that's what it's going to be for me. It's going to be a gear, and we're going to go underscore PU, gear underscore pickup. Okay. And with our gear underscore pickup, get in here. Actually, let's let's change that out. Let's do... You know what? Yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. There is a way that we can do it a little more flexible. Okay? Which is great if you want to have quite a few pickups. But we'll get into a system like that later if we do a more complicated game. It is not needed for this game. We're only gonna have 2 pickups, so we do not need to make a class to make all pickups from. Sorry, little slurps as I have my tea. Been getting a little bit of a cold lately, so just sipping some mint tea. Okay, so we got our gear underscore pickup. Of course, it is going to eventually have a gear there. And then we want to add a... not on, a box. Box collision, we're just going to call that box. Because with our box collision, we are going to have an on component begin overlap. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all that. And sorry, I might be this episode refamiliarizing myself with a few of our items that we've already done. So, player is just named player character. Perfect. So, in player character, we're going to open that up. And we have, okay, event begin play, adding the HUD, moving the player, operating the switch, do damage, or show the game over if health is lower. Okay, perfect. So we are going to do 2 more variables. We're going to go gears, okay, or coins, or stars, or whatever your game's currency is going to be. Credits, dollars, flambingalos, whatever. This is going to be your currency type currency type thing. Okay? And I am going to set that as a float. This could be a float or an integer, because I'm only going to be increasing it as full numbers for myself. So I could make it an integer. If you want to add decimal points, so you want to be able to pick up 1.25 credits, then we'll keep it as a float. I sometimes default to floats and forget to use integers, but it is an option either way. And let's just comment some of our stuff here. So we're going to do a quick comment. So drag highlight C, and this is our action button, which we're actually going to change later. I don't like jumping with the action button. And then this here is movement. So movement. There we go. Keeping everything nice and clean. Our character is really simple right now. Cool. And we are going to do a add coin. So custom event add gear. Okay. And then we are going to we're gonna set gears, because we're gonna have to do that. We're gonna pull that in here, and we are then going to break this link. Okay. Because this way we can add multiple gears. Okay. But we want to clamp. Actually, no, we don't want to clamp that. We will keep that as adding a gear. Okay? Because this will be a, yeah, this will work for our purchasing system later. So just bear with us. So, gonna add a gear. And then we are going to get gears. We are then going to add float plus a float. Actually, we want to do it that way. Okay. And then we want to set that to our new value. Okay. And then as we pick them up, we are then going to do a print. So, print string. And we are going to just put in the gears. Okay. And our gears are going to be green in color, because I like green and it's the float color and blah, 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 whatever. Okay. So compile, save. Okay, that is it. This is going to be a very, very simple pickup system. We're just going to straighten it up. And we are going to call this C add gears. Okay. Just clean everything up a tad. Compile, save. Now we're going to go back to our gear. Other actor. We are going to do a equals. Sorry about that, bit of a sneeze. And if it equals our player character. There we go. And then we're going to do a branch using that. So remember, our branch is our if statement. Okay? So if other actor equals player character, we're going to continue to do something. Okay. And then when we continue to do something, we're going to get this. We are going to cast to player character. Well, not player. Actually, you know what? Get rid of this. That's silly. Other actor cast to player character. Because this does its own if. So it's saying do this as a player character. If it is a player character and that works, do this. If it's not a player character, do this. So we don't need the branch. That is redundant. Sorry, I've got another project I'm working on that this doesn't work for me, doing it this way. So I've got another project that I'm getting a little confused with. So here we go. So now here we are going to add gear. Now we're going to straighten that off that pin. And then we want to do this and put in value. And that is a float. I'm going to get that float and we're going to put it in there. Compile, save, and there we are. And now, we come out here, we drop some of our gears. So, that, 0 our Y, Control C, Control V, oh, Control C, Control V there, Control V there, and Control V there. And let's do one more for good measure. There we go. Okay. We're gonna wait for this to come. Walk across our following platforms. And it's adding 0. Yay! And we don't have a physical representation. So, just for testing, we are going to grab our default scene route. So go back to our gear pickup, default scene route. And we want to do visible. In-game, hidden in-game, visible. Okay, so apparently that's not going to do anything for us. So we're just going to add a sphere. There we go. And we are going to make our values. Open that eyeball. So compile, save. So now, out here we got a bunch of spheres. We need to make our spheres a little smaller. Just so they sit inside our collision bounds. Okay. And one more thing we have to do here. And we want to destroy actor. Come on. There we go. Self. So once it's been picked up and adds to the pool, it gets rid of itself. Okay. And now we can minimize that. This one here, we're going to give a value of 1, 1, 1, 1, and then 5. Okay. Just so that we can see that our addition is working even with separate values. And there we go. Run across our collapses. 1, 2, 3. See it adding up. 4. And then we should get 9. And there we go, 9. Little green text up in the upper left corner of our play area. So, there we go. That pickup is working. Okay. Now, let's do the exact same thing. So we're going to duplicate. And I'm going to call this fuel. Underscore pickup. There we go. Fuel, I'm going to replace the sphere with a cube. So we are going to do a cube instead. Just so I have a different physical representation. There's my fuel. Okay. In our player character, we are going to copy this. And we are going to say custom event. We're going to call add fuel. Okay, and we're just going to go through and rename things. So gears here, we're going to change that to fuel. And then we are going to duplicate our gears to fuel. And there we go. We're going to have a get, and we are going to have a set. And just plug those back in. Okay. Remember, with this particular setup, because of something we're going to be doing shortly in the next episode, we want to have the addition block here add the fuel plus the input value, okay? So gears is the first one plus the input value. It doesn't matter right now. It actually won't even matter later. But it keeps things very clean later when we start using this exact same setup for subtraction. So yay! We'll do that in a bit. Okay. So we've got gears. We've got fuel, so we'll add fuel. There we go. Adds fuel, sets fuel, everything with fuel. We're going to change fuel's color to red. And we are going to have these stay for a little bit longer. So we're going to have them stay for 5 seconds. And 5 seconds. Compile, save. And we're going to go back to our fuel pickup. Okay? If you didn't minimize away from it, you can always go back and double-click fuel pickup. Go to its event graph, and where it says add gear, we're just going to add fuel. And there we go. And plug everything back in. We're straightening off that pin. So compile, save. And we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of that, and we'll take our fuel out here. So bring it just up off the ground, zero out that y-axis, and then Control-C, Control-V, and bring it over. Right, Control-C, Control-V, once we have actually selected it back in the world. There we go. This one here, we're going to give a value of 10 fuel. This one will... Why am I right-clicking? This one will give a value of 20 fuel. Okay, so let's give that a try. To come, we'll hit these switches as we're waiting for stuff. Get across that platform. Jump on our falling platforms. 1 coin, 2 coins as it's destroyed. 10 fuel. 3 coins, and then we should get another 20 fuel, adding to 30 fuel. There we go. So we now have a pickup system. Yay! And if you all want a little bit of homework, you can go through the last video, or not the last video, but the video with the hurt zone that causes damage and causes the health to drop on the screen. You can go through and set up the same sort of variable bound text for your fuel and for your gears, or for your coins and your juice, or whatever you're calling your pickups. Just make sure we have one that acts as a currency and one that acts as a fuel or a use or a stamina. This could even just be your stamina. Okay, so let's do a brief go over again. So, in our player character, we have made this simple little function, okay? So, custom event, add gears and add fuel. We get a value passed to us from whatever's calling this function, or calling this event. We add that value to our existing number of gears or value of fuel. We then set the new value, and we write it on the screen. And it's the exact same for our gears and our fuel. In our pickups, we have when the player overlaps with a box, because we really like our overlap boxes, or collision boxes. When a player overlaps with it, we are then going to run that event, so either add gear or add fuel. We are going to pass it a value, and then we are going to destroy the pickup so that it's not still out in the world. And that's it. Very, very simple pickup system. Okay? Hope you've all enjoyed that. I was a little rambly with that one, so I'll try to be a little more concise next time. Please leave your comments if you've got any suggestions for my presentation or would like to see any other tutorials. And yeah, I'll see you next time when we work with spending the... Actually, no, we're going to do with the draining of fuel. So next episode, we'll work with draining of a value. So we'll see you then.